I made 25,000 Rand simply just for running run social media account from one client. And get this was on a monthly retainer, meaning I was getting paid 25,000 Rand to run this one social media account for this one client per month. And I had multiple clients. So let's get into it. But first, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, before we dive straight into how all of that is possible, thank you so much for the love on my previous video. I didn't expect it to get all of that love and support. I'm fresh and new back on YouTube with very different content this time. So I'm super happy to see that you guys enjoyed it the way that you guys did and that it brought you guys so much value. Anyways, just thank you for that, and let's get into today's video. Just for a little bit of background, if you didn't watch my previous video, I used to run social media accounts for a living. I stopped last year October because I'm actually a full-time infopreneur right now, because that's really where my passion lies, and that's really where a lot of my fulfillment lies, is in helping others and in teaching others. And God's really led me more towards the coaching space, and it's taken over and grown so much that I've actually pretty much taken that on as my main business. But I do still sometimes manage a few clients here or there, mostly on the UGC side. But I used to run and just have like loads of social media clients on monthly retainers. And it's kind of what qualifies me to teach what I'm teaching now. It's what enabled me to quit my job. It's what enabled me to have my mom resign from her job to come work alongside me within my business and pay her a whole salary. It's even enabled my brother to do some projects within my business and me paying him for that. And it's also just enabled me to make my first million Rand online. It's enabled me to do a lot of cool things and to break through a lot of lack that I experienced in my life. Like, I went through years where it was just like counting every penny, living paycheck to paycheck. And if you want to hear more about my story, I have 3 pinned posts up on my Instagram. You can dive into it there. And if you guys want sometime like a testimony video or like my story, let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely get that up for you guys. But this video is going to teach you how to make an extra 10 to 20K to just simply run one social media account. So before we get into the logistics of it, I just want to explain to you guys why there's such a demand for it and why clients actually are paying this amount of money for you to run their social media accounts. Let's cover that first, because I think if you don't understand the demand for it, this is going to sound like something that's too good to be true. And that's a very dangerous feeling, because it's going to result in you, again, not taking action, again, not hopping on the bandwagon and thinking that this is just, I don't know, like possible for some, not possible for others, and that it all around is just too good to be true, which it's not. So basically, the reason that people pay so much money is, first and foremost, guys, the currency conversion, guys. Like, and that's what I also mentioned in my previous video. The Rand is so low, and for once, it actually works to our advantage, because the dollar and the euro is so strong in comparison to the Rand that you're actually making a lot of money when you're earning in dollars and euros. And so when you're dealing with American clients or European clients, they are paying you these amounts that for them is actually not that much for what they're getting. It seems like they're paying you so much, which in Rands it is a lot, but in dollars and euros for them, it's actually very on the affordable side. And then alongside that, guys, this is marketing. Businesses have thousands and thousands of dollars in their marketing budgets, because marketing is like the thing that keeps your business afloat. Like, in the digital space that we live in now, what is the most powerful marketing tool out there? Social media. And of course, businesses know this. Okay, so now that you know the demand for it and you know why like clients pay this amount of money, let's dive into how you can actually land these types of clients that will pay you like 7K, 10K, 25K to manage one social media account. So first and foremost, do you even know what to do when you land the client? So I think let's start there before we get into getting the client, because it's one thing to get the client, it's another thing to keep them. So when you get the client and you don't know what to do, and you have no system in place, and you have no process in place, and you don't know how how to give them the best possible service, then, you know, you're going to lose that client right away. And then what good is it getting a client if you're going to lose them within the first week, right? So let's dive into service delivery and how that's supposed to look like. And then we're going to dive into how to actually get the client. First and foremost, guys, you need an SOP. So an SOP is basically a standard operating procedure. Within any business, within any company, you have this. So for example, if you sign on tomorrow with the gym, there's a process you go through. So first you're filling out forms, you know, they're onboarding you into the gym. At the gym I was at in Woodbank, at least, they showed me around the gym, showed me where everything is. You know, there's a process you follow before you actually dive straight in. So same with like a client. Once they say, okay, cool, I want to work with you, what do you do from the time they agree to work with you to the time that you need to execute? You need to have a process in place. So within your SOP, there's 4 elements that you need. I'm going to briefly outline them for you guys, give you guys a little bit of a guideline. I go more in depth in my free masterclasses, so definitely join down below. But within an SOP, guys, you basically need 1, an onboarding system, 2, a content system, 3, a scheduling system, and then 4, a reporting system. Number 1, onboarding system. What do I mean by that? Well, when a client signs on with you, where to from there? You don't want it to be this back and forth over email or over Upwork messages. It's going to be a mess. You want to have like an onboarding, like a welcome document that's going to welcome them, thank them for choosing you to be their social media partner and all of that good stuff. And an onboarding document typically includes an invoice and a contract. An invoice because your clients are supposed to pay you up front, not at the end of the month. Otherwise, you could do the work and they could run off. On Upwork, however, if you guys keep it on Upwork, then it's fine if they pay you at the end of the work being completed, because Upwork actually secures that money for you. But if you're taking a client outside of Upwork, you want to make sure that they are paying you upfront, guys. So as soon as the client says they want to work with you, you send them this onboarding document. Once your onboarding is in place, you want to then make sure that you have a content system in place. Now, what that means, because every social media client, guys, is going to provide you with raw content. Clips, videos, images of their services in action or of their staff, team members, whatever, and you're going to actually use that and create engaging content for them. From these posts that you're creating for your client, you need to present that obviously in a professional manner to your client and in the best way possible. So you need to have a content calendar in place so that your client has a place where they can view all of it together so that they can go in and approve or not approve. And upon the approval of all that content, that's when you can go ahead and schedule. And that leads me to the next thing that you need to have in place in your SOP, which is a scheduling system. The scheduling system, that basically means that you just need to, basically a fancy way for saying get a scheduler in place. These are also free, by the way. Everything I've mentioned, free. So scheduling platform, I use Metricool. There's a ton out there. There's later.com, there's Content Studio, there's a ton that are also for free. So you just need to see which one you want to work with, but I suggest Metricool. It's really, really good. And then lastly, you want a reporting system. At the end of every 4 weeks, you're going to send your client a reporting, like an analytic report of the stats, right? And you can literally go to Canva, get a free template that you can use as like a professional reporting document, obviously branded with your own colors, make it look good, make it look professional, and then put all their stats in there and then put a description with it to state, hey, this is how we're doing. So that's basically how you're going to go about that. When you have those 4 things in place, you are good to go on that front in terms of like the service delivery. Now, in terms of getting the actual client, Upwork. And I'm going to shout it. I'm going to keep shouting it from the rooftops. I always say Upwork because it's what works. Like, it's already full of business owners that know that they need your services. They just need to know that you're the best person for the job and then they'll hire you. So that's really where I've gotten all my clients. That's where my students have gotten their clients, and it works. If you work it, guaranteed you will get a client from this platform. It's not like a hit or miss. You will, but it does take patience and it takes a lot of persistence and consistency. To make a success out of anything, it's going to take persistency and consistency. But if you're willing to stick it out, guys, you're going to build something really, really lucrative for yourself. So stick with it, have patience, and keep going for it. So all you do is create an Upwork profile. It's very straightforward, very beginner friendly. You put in like your skill, which is social media management, and they're going to show you a whole bunch of people looking for social media managers. And then you're just going to go down the rabbit hole, guys, of applying to like as many as you can, and have this be a thing that you schedule into your week-to-week schedule, that okay, I'm putting 30 minutes aside each day to just send some proposals on Upwork. That's really what it's gonna have to take. You can't just send 1 or 2 in a week and then say, oh, why haven't I landed in anything yet? Guys, this is a number game, okay? The more you apply, the more clients you'll get, because there are a lot of people that will look at your proposal but won't hire you. It just is what it is. Like, most people are probably gonna not respond or not. So that's why volume is important. And this is the only thing within the business model like this that you'll be paying for is Upwork. But literally, guys, you can get away with paying only like 120 Rand a month to already get some proposals that you can apply with every month. So really, that's like a Netflix subscription or less even. That's less than some of the subscriptions we pay. So really, it's nothing when it comes to the ROI that you're going to be getting from this, and everything else is free. So I would say prioritize it because it's worth it and it's going to get you the clients. What you really want to make sure of, especially when you're targeting clients that are going to pay you like 10 to 20K to manage their social media accounts, is you want to look for quality clients on Upwork. Now, how do you do this? On Upwork, you're going to see on the job descriptions, you're going to see at the bottom what country they're from. You want to aim for first world countries because these people also have the budgets to pay you what your service is worth. So you want to make sure you're sticking with US-based clients, European-based clients, Australia, Dubai. You really want to check like the locations so that you are actually applying to people within countries that have the budget, because otherwise you're just wasting your time and your connects, right? You also want to look at the budget allocation. So if there's something crazy like they're like $550, guys, don't apply. At the very least, they should be putting their $200, $300. And I'm going to break down with you guys how much you should price your services at in a minute. But you really want to look at the budget allocation because a lot of these job descriptions put ridiculous pricing there. You really want to look at that because that's also a good indication as to whether this is a quality client or not. And also generally, you'll get a feel in the way that they type their job description, whether they're a quality client or not. You'll notice this by their grammar, their spelling, the way they structure that, and all of that good stuff. That will also often give you an indication on whether this is a high quality client or not. But the biggest indicators is the country, the budget allocation, and then also just the overall job description. Does it actually look professional or does it look scammy? If there's some days where you're not finding a lot of these quality job descriptions, then you just don't apply to as many that day. But you really want to make sure that you're using your Connect on quality proposals. So that's basically how I would always go about my outreach on Upwork. And I just applied a volume, like every single day I would just apply, kind of just surrendered it. I did it alongside, I was working at the time. So I really just surrendered it to God. You also just really want to surrender that to God, like the whole process, and just be like, I've done my part. I've done what I needed to do. And this is also what I tell my students. The rest you leave up to God. Like the rest you can't control, right? So don't stress over it. Don't strive over it. Don't check Upwork the whole time to see if they've responded. Like, let it go. The clients that are meant to come to you will come to you. As long as you've done your part, you're good. God will do the rest. And that's basically how you're going to land these quality clients that will actually pay you that amount of money. Now, let's dive into pricing packages as we wrap up this video. So pricing packages, guys, these are my pricing packages. However, this is the pricing packages now because I'm really experienced. I didn't start off with these prices. So you can start off with the following prices. I'm not gonna say it all out loud. You can see it here on the screen. So these are the prices I recommend starting off with so that you also feel more comfortable coming into it. And also it's fair. I mean, you're new in the space, so it's fair to at first charge a bit lower so that you can get the hang of it, but already make, money that's worth what you're offering the client. So yeah, that's basically how you can go about all of this. I'm going to be going again more into depth with this into my free masterclasses, because there's a lot more to cover around all of this, but this is just giving you the basics, the outline to how to even go about this, to already give you a little bit of a start, already give you a little bit of a push in the right direction. But in my masterclasses, when I really uncover a lot of that more in depth, my mentorship program is literally where I'm basically coaching you through it all and making sure that you're doing all of this right, setting it up successfully so that you can actually make a huge success from this. Yeah, that's that for this video, guys. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it, but this is basically how I've made anything from like 10,000, 7,000 all the way up to 25,000 Rand to simply just manage one social media account. This is exactly how I did it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it once again showed you that it is so in reach and possible for you within South Africa to do, and that you're actually at such a huge advantage point. So use that as confidence, use that as your strength and your power walking into this, that hey, like I have a huge advantage and I'm going to take that opportunity and run with it, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do let me know in the comments below what else you would love to see, and please give this video a like, a comment, and if you like this video, subscribe to my channel so that it can really just reach as many people as possible. But I will speak to you guys in the next one. Bye bye, guys.